Blog Talk Radio.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Cy Brown and welcome to the Cy Brown Morning Show. I'm happy you're hanging out with me today. Today we are talking about the importance of sleep. But what's more important is why we're talking about the importance of sleep. Today is day 2 of my 5-day clean eating challenge. So if you haven't joined the 5-day clean eating challenge, please log on to cybrownfitness.com and register. It's totally free, and it is designed to help you eat, look, and feel better in 5 days. So today, actually in a Facebook group, one of my clients asked, hey, Saida, what's going on with sleep? How important is it? Why do we need sleep? So I said, well, let me answer your question. But in the meantime, I think I need to do a show on this. So, y'all know I travel a lot, and I've been on the road probably for about the past 2 weeks, crisscrossing the country. So thank God I'm finally back in New York safely. But, just in the spirit of that, I get an opportunity to do a lot of reading, writing, and studying. So this is an area that I've been studying and kind of diving into a little bit, just how our body heals itself and how our body restores itself. And so sleep is a recurring topic. Also, if you can, what piqued my interest about sleep, so I was so happy when it was posted in our private group on Facebook, Arianna Huffington did a TED Talk on sleep and how she lets her employees sleep and why she lets her employees sleep in the middle of the day. So it's a really good TED Talk. So for those of you who may not be too familiar with TED, it stands for Technology, Education, and Design. And so what happens is they get these, high-profile, and sometimes not so high-profile, thought leaders to talk about a subject for probably 15 to 20 minutes. Sidebar, check out some TED Talks. But anyway, Arianna Huffington, who I just adore, did a talk on sleep. So when I saw that about a year ago is when I really started looking into it. So today I'm going to touch on the importance of sleep as it relates to health and wellness, as it relates to our fitness journey, and as it just relates to our body healing itself and doing what it's supposed to do. So the chat room is open, so if you're listening to this live, please feel free. You can log into the chat room. It is now open, so I would love to chit-chat with you. I see a couple people logging in. If you have any questions about this, just hit me up in the chat room, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. If you're not listening to this live, please listen to us live weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then that way you can chat with us live, too. And if you missed the show, you can always go to SoundCloud or iTunes. We're working on an app. Give me a minute. I'm still growing. Give me a minute. We're working on an app now, but I want to just read the question that was posted in our Facebook group during this 5-day clean eating challenge. And it says, Cy, how important do you think sleep is in the weight loss journey? So here is my direct response to that, and then I'll read some statistics because I always want to back everything I say up with some type of researched facts and statistics so you guys don't think I'm just making this stuff up as I go along, because I'm not. So my response to her was, sleep is incredibly important. You can actually lose weight in your sleep. Yep, I said that correctly. When you sleep, you're at a point when your body can do what it's naturally supposed to do, and that's heal itself. So without the distractions of the mind and physical activity, your body is digesting your food, healing your physical ailments, and restoring itself. I get about 6 hours of sleep each night and sometimes up to 9 if I really need it. I listen to my body and sleep as often as I can, even if it's in the middle of the afternoon. And then I put a little smiley face. So, but I also want to share with you some really good health benefits of sleep. This is via Health Magazine. So let me just read a couple of things to you, and then I'll go back to why I just feel sleep is so doggone important. Sleep makes you feel better, but it goes way beyond just boosting your mood or getting rid of under-eye circles. Adequate sleep is really a key part of a healthy lifestyle, and that's what Cy Brown Fitness is all about. We have to look at our health from a total 360-degree perspective, and this may sting some people a little bit, but nothing frustrates me more, and this is really like real talk right now, when I see women, particularly women of color, who have their hair done, their nails done, and they're pulled together, and you talk to them, and they open their mouth, and their teeth are a mess. I'm not even talking about weight loss here. I'm just talking about, the stuff that's not level one, and they're not together. And it's painful because we have to be mindful where we place our values and how we look at our health. I came under fire about a week ago because I told y'all I was traveling, and I took a picture of two people eating in a buffet, and I posted it on Facebook, but it was their back. And I said, I shared a little bit about my fitness journey and how I had to hire a personal trainer and a weight loss coach and, just a host of professionals to help me get over my food addiction. And people lambasted me on Facebook. Saida, this is fat shaming. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's bringing it into our awareness, the importance of being healthy from a 360-degree perspective. The surface stuff is Sarah Palin always talked about putting lipstick on a pig. And it's really just about trying to take the level one, I don't want to say easy way out, but take that level one surface 101 route when really we have to go a little bit deeper. So getting back to the Facebook scenario, I took a picture of my mouth. I opened my mouth, and I took a picture of my rotten teeth. Yep, I did. Put it right on the back. Opened it, took a picture of all my molars, and put it on Facebook and said, I am at the dentist getting my teeth repaired one by one by one. Not only was it very costly because I had oral care years ago, but I don't like the dentist. And so my fillings were starting to get old and worn, and I just realized, Sai, you're in your mid-40s. You really have to take better care of your teeth. So nobody said anything when I did that, but when I put the picture of the people in the restaurant, each side, this is disrespectful. You know what? I will do whatever I can, within reason, to make people aware of how important a healthy lifestyle is. It's so, so, so important. And, sleep used to be ignored, and, it got no respect. Oh, you're lazy. You're perceived as lazy. No. You're not lazy. Sleep is so important that's when your body restores itself from all the busyness of our day. Our mind is so busy during the day, but when we sleep, it can strengthen our memory, practice, the skills that we learned while we were awake. It allows it to sink in, per se. All of the stuff that went in our body not only is digesting physically our food, it's digesting all of our thoughts. Our memory is being restored. If we're trying to learn something, whether it's physical or mental, you can learn it to a certain point with practice. And Dr. Rappaport, who's an associate professor at NYU Langone Medical Center here in New York, said, and I quote, "But something happens when you sleep that makes you learn better." Let me repeat that. This is from Dr. Rappaport, who's an associate professor at NYU Langone Medical Center here in New York. But something happens while you sleep that makes you learn it better. So if there's information that we need, how many times you hear people say just sleep on it or let me sleep on it? Because there's all this really cool stuff that's happening while you're sleeping. But if we dismiss sleep as for people who are being lazy or, you just don't want to get things done, I think it's being really dismissive and we're not doing ourselves any justice. Years ago when I was working in the hip-hop industry, which y'all know I did for many years and probably longer than I should have. I should have gotten out of that industry earlier than I remember Big Tigger. He was quoted as saying that he had mastered the art of sleep deprivation. And when I read it, when he said it, I was like, oh, I need to do that too. He said, I have mastered the art of sleep deprivation. How insane is that? Like, we're at a point, and probably still are to some degree, that sleeping less means we're making better business decisions, we're really making moves, we're jet setting across the country. I don't know if it's my age. I don't know if it's because I'm a personal trainer and certified sports nutritionist and I understand how important sleep is. I don't know what it is, but I'm not trying to master the art of sleep deprivation. I need beautiful skin. I don't want my eyes puffy. I don't want to feel lethargic. I want to feel rejuvenated. And sleep aids in all the positivity of all of that. That probably didn't sound right, but that's what I meant. Too much or too little sleep can, I believe, shorten or lengthen your lifespan. When you are more refreshed, let me just put to the sidebar. You ever see these articles or stories by National Geographic how people that live in, like, I'm just going to say Hawaii because I don't know the actual place, but like these faraway places, and they lived like 114 or 109. They have a slow and calm life where they're rested. I just saw something on National Geographic about this, and you can even go on their website. But National Geographic and Discovery Channel are always doing stories on people who live really long lives, and it's usually done through a translator because these people do not live in the United States because we rush every damn thing. But they always talk about how they eat natural foods, and they get plenty of rest. So that's just something I think you should look into. Two more pieces that I want to share with you. That sleep, a good health benefit of sleep is that it curbs inflammation. Inflammation is linked to heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, premature aging, and all of these other things. And research indicates that people who get less sleep, 6 hours or fewer a night, have higher blood levels of inflammatory proteins than those who get more. I try to get 6 hours of sleep every night, and I think I do a pretty darn good job in doing it. And so in a 2010 study found that C-reactive protein, which is associated with a heart attack risk, was higher in people who got 6 or few hours of sleep a night. So it's just, I can go on and on and on. And my favorite aspect of why sleep is so important is I think it spurs creativity. Think about it. When we sleep, we dream. And when you dream, it's like God has given you a paintbrush for the world. You can go anywhere you want when you sleep. When you're dreaming, you can, it's funny. My mother-in-law, God bless her, she's not really well right now. But when we went to visit her in the hospital, she's from the South. And when we went to visit her, she said, Saida, did you bring me collard greens? And I said, well, Nana, you didn't tell me to bring you collard greens. And she said, well, this man brought me collard greens. And I said, well, who? And so she said, well, we were standing in the middle of the street, and he brought me collard greens, and as soon as I was getting ready to eat them, he took them away. I said, Nana, you've been in a hospital. There's no way a man could have given you collard greens in the middle of the street. She was so indignant, or so insistent. Insistent is a better word, not indignant. That this man had given her collard greens, and she was so angry that as she was about to taste them, he took them away until we realized that she had been dreaming. But so when you sleep, you dream. You can dream about food. You can dream about anything. Your mind is so free when you sleep. I know I'm a creative. I'm definitely a creative. I love just all parts of the creative process. But, remember I shared with you, when you sleep, you're consolidating your memories. Your mind is at the most transcended place it can be while you sleep. So, that's when you can really spur and reignite or ignite the creativity in you. Let yourself dream. Give yourself permission to dream. Give yourself permission to fly. And a lot of this happens when you sleep. So I hope this answers my client's question, which I know it does. But I just felt when she put that post in our Facebook group during my clean eating challenge that it was really just a great moment to, an opportune moment to share my thoughts and just some of the research that I've done on key reasons why sleep is so important. So thank you, and I hope tonight you get more sleep. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you all for listening to the Cy Brown Morning Show, and I'll see you tomorrow. Always remember that we shall pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that we can do or any kindness that we can show to any human being, let us do it now. Let us not defer or neglect it, for we shall not pass this way again. I'll see you soon.